Welcome to the latest episode of Disorderly Blondes. This is Brenda.
And this is Kristi. It's back to pencils, back to books.
Back to teacher dirty looks. Dirty roots?
No, oh God, back to our appointment book. We're officially back to work on the podcast. Whee!
Wait, we stopped working? Because I did not get that memo. Bitter party of one.
Quietly walk away. Exactly.
On today's episode, we will recap the end of our summer vacations with the kiddos and share our escapades on getting them boys back into the groove of school, or trying to anyway. We are aware that this time of year is stressful for many of us. Must we spell it out?
The dog days of summer, kids itching for their routines, our anxiety about classroom placement. I could go on. Oh, and all those memes showing moms so excited to kick their kids to the curb. Not me. I've still barely taken a breath.
Yeah. We have been busy.
How busy, Brent, since that's been established?
Busy.
Busy as a bee.
Yay!
Why don't you start?
During the summer, let's see, I migrated all of our season 1 episodes to Anchor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. As we mentioned on the intro ad, it's a one-stop shop for all of our episodes, and I'm not just saying that. It really is great to have everything neatly into one place. You don't have to use it if you're already married to your preferred platform to listen to our podcast, but it is a handy app that keeps all of our links, including all the other platforms, in place.
I need to stop for a second. Why? I don't think you were nearly, maybe because you were working so hard this summer, I don't think you were nearly as excited or expressed how excited we are for, this is season 2.
Season 2.
First episode.
Here we go. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, I think our listeners don't want to hear that.
What about our viewers? Do they want to hear that?
Did you want to hear that? Because we are now recording, and now you can actually say filming, because we're doing both.
Yes, if you recall, huge fans of ours, the whole entire first season, I would say, oh, I'm so happy we're filming this. And she's like, what?
We're recording.
And are we for shirts on?
Oh, we have shirts. Hey, what does it say?
Hey.
Shout out to Martha, Miami. We are repping. Yay.
This is, I don't know if I told you, I told you off air. This is my favorite shirt. I love the cut of it. I love
it. It is very
softness.
It's a perfect green guy shirt.
Perfect green guy shirt.
It's a perfect green guy Miami shirt.
So we got the tongue, which is sort of reminiscent of the Rolling Stones tongue, with its tongue on a little.
It's a perfect green guy Miami shirt.
Cortadito.
Hashtag Martha Miami, green guy in Miami.
Yay! and field trip to our store.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in announcements maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out later.
So hey, back to us.
Yes.
Do you want me to talk about the voicemail option for Anchor? It's so cool. As a listener, if you're using Anchor, again, one-stop shop, you can send us requests, dedications, mouth off.
Don't be nice.
It's another little joke that Brenda added in the script when I wasn't looking. I approve. So yes, you can mouth off, but be nice, or share anything you want. So please check it.
Kristi does her notes, and then I secretly go in and change them. And she's like, I don't remember writing that. I'm like, I don't know.
This is so clever. I don't remember writing this. Because you did.
I don't know. I don't know where that came from.
So before we went on air, we started going through our Autism Bites Supper Club. What was I saying?
Merchandise.
I would say memorabilia.
It will be memorabilia.
Give us a week, it'll be memorabilia.
Yes.
Our merchandise.
Yay.
Tell us more about that, since that's sort of your baby.
So Autism Bites, as we mentioned in the bonus episode, we finally started one of the projects we've talked about for years, the Autism Bites Supper Club. Yay! After receiving the final push we needed while recording with our friends over at Table Turn Podcast. Whoop whoop! We got to work.
Wait, what happens not working?
Screw you. Side note, go check them out and listen to their podcast, especially the one that we're in.
Well, duh. Start there.
Start there and then move backwards.
All right.
In a nutshell, the Supper Club will be a group dining experience hosted by different restaurants each time for kids on the spectrum and their families. Anything goes. Whatever. Table dancing. No,
that's my mind is racing right now.
That's for the parents.
Okay, yeah.
We already know dining out can be challenging for our kids. The idea is to offer a place where families can just be as they are for a couple of hours without worrying about judgment, stares, or any other fun stuff that comes with that territory of autism. We will be hosting our first one this coming Sunday, August 25th at noon. The venue is Russo's Coal-Fired Italian Kitchen in Pembroke Pines, aka my hood. And if you're listening to this in time or on time, in time, and if there are still spots, come join us. As of yesterday, we had 14 available reservations out of 50.
That's crazy.
And people want to come see us too, because we actually got a couple of reservations of moms, like individual moms. They're like, no, we just want to come meet you. This is great.
We want to see the shit show.
We want to see the shit show in
From the
person.
privacy of our own booth.
Yeah, I'm like, you're not bringing your kids? This is a supper club for the kids. And then we're just like going out and drink wine.
Should we prepare ourselves for an autograph session for
Maybe.
those two?
What we maybe should do is an Autism Bites Mother Supper Club.
Mother supper?
Mother Supper Club! And then all we do is drink we do shots.
For all you mother suppers out there.
Yes, because this was supposed to be for kids. Moms, bring your kids.
Yay.
Just kidding. If not, no worries. We will be choosing a new location for our next one soon. Maybe a holiday themed one, because that's like
that.
in 4 months. Like in December, maybe during the break, something like that. I don't know. And we're hoping to spread them out throughout South Florida, so maybe Miami and obviously Jupiter.
Yeah, 561 all day.
Hallelujah. We should do a hallelujah one for sure. Hey, hey.
Maybe Martha will sponsor it.
Maybe. Oh, actually, well, you can't. We keep talking about it and like going on the iPad that's filming us, but we're wearing shirts.
Oh,
nobody knows.
So that's why I was describing it with the tongue. Yeah.
So my shirt says Cuban bread, but it says bread like BRED. Get it? Like Cuban bread.
I can't see past your boobs.
You can't see. I know my boobs look really big on this shirt, but whatever. What else is new? Anyway, needless to say, we're beyond excited and have many, many, many surprises for our guests planned.
Stopping to stop.
Yeah, it's fine.
I keep looking at my hair. This is stupid.
Hey.
Okay. So I'm going to do Voyage MIA.
Yeah.
By the way, for those of you who are actually following the script, these are our announcements. No, not announcements. These are like our,
it's
whatever's up. So just to keep you up to speed, what we've been up to, I think we hinted our last episode, our kind of summer
projects.
Yes, summer stuff. We had just celebrated your birthday.
Yes!
And
I'm still hungover from
on your birthday, we didn't give that away, but on your birthday, we had so much fun because we did a photo shoot. And the reason that we did a photo shoot was because we were featured in Voyage MIA. Would you pronounce it MIA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Miami.
From
Miami.
Right, from Miami. Obviously, it's a Miami magazine. Super fun. So honored. Super.
Yay,
fun.
first super of the season.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hold on, 8 minutes. And it took us 8 minutes.
To say super?
In 5 seconds.
Yeah.
We are rusty.
Yes, we're rusty. We're getting there. We'll get back there.
And very rude, well, at least me. My appointment's on...
My roots look good.
Yeah, speak for yourself. My appointment's on Saturday. So.
Whatever.
Anyway, so we were featured in Voyage MIA. It's a Miami magazine. It was super fun. Voyage MIA, just to talk a little bit about them, they look for inspiring people. That was a no-brainer. Its pages are full of lady bosses, trendsetters, and trailblazers, highlighting those from the 305 and beyond who look like they probably Instagram a lot. But I don't know how we ever got chosen for this. It was an honor, and I have to say, photo shoot, photos by Lisette, love her. You have such a great background with her.
Yes.
And she and I really gelled because she's a former language arts teacher, and she said Dante and I I can't say it on air, but
she's my third grade friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we go way back.
Way back to like the 90s.
Thank you, photos by Lisette.
Yeah, we love you. She made us look great. She made us feel confident, and it was hot.
Yes.
Thank
you for shooting us without shooting us.
Yes. yes, exactly. So that required a little bit of outfit coordination. But oh my god, it was so easy for us.
It's what we do.
She was like, I have these 2 things. I'm like, I might have 2 other things.
And
everything just
beautifully
came together.
Even though it was an old dress, but it still looked new.
Yes.
in the photo shoot. You can't tell it was that old.
Yes. So that required a lot of costume changes, which meant I wasn't always wearing a bra, which meant we always were getting lots of extra
she's
attention.
Always the pasapena, like really.
We got a lot of attention, and we had some drinks. Those were so good.
Those were good.
I think they were like $15 each.
Some of us drank more than others.
Yeah, well, yeah, I just sobered up before I got in the car. So, again, shout outs to Pose by the Set. Collaborating to complete the interview questions really embodied what we do. Required a lot of back and forced me to be creative, which forced me not to try to use the same words as Brenda, which is totally unavoidable.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I can't think of a better way to kick off season 2 because the article came out, we were able to share it.
And Supper Club and the article, everything
is really coming together. Perfect
flowed.
timing. For now, we do have the link up on our Instagram profile, and it will be on our website's media links.
I can't remember if I added it already or not. I want to say I did, but...
You added some of the pictures.
I did, but I think I already put it.
Whatever.
Hot. By the time this airs, it will be on, I promise. Okay. One thing we haven't talked about before we talk about our summer recap.
There's something we haven't talked about?
I know. So to know us is to love us.
Yes.
Okay? One day, Kristi texted me this project she did. She actually did a secret project without me. And this is all her, but I could not stop crying, laughing. It was so unexpected and perfect. And of course, this goes back to the whole not working this summer. Right when we wrapped up the season, she's like, oh, I did this. And of course, that goes into like, now we have to film it and post it and edit it. And
buy outfits.
Of course, and buy outfits. But if you are in the autism world, or if you're not, maybe you've noticed, there is a poem that everyone loves to share and goes around, and it's called Welcome to Holland. And it basically, how would you describe it? It's basically, this is what you have a child.
It's an analogy.
It's an analogy. So you have a child on the autism spectrum, and this is what you expect. But in reality, this is what you get, and it's not so bad because it's Holland, and there's all these analogies through it. Now, seasoned parents like us
want to vomit when they read it.
By now, we're just so over the Holland thing. Like, you thought you were going to go to France, but now you're Italy. What was it? I forgot where it was. But now you're in Holland and this whole thing. But we're just over it.
Yes.
So we thought, well, she thought before I thought. Before I had a thought or an opinion on this, she came up with a new one, and it's called
Welcome
to Hialeah. So we posted this. It's on our website and it's on our Facebook page, and everyone's
loving it. And I have to interrupt you because, like, this just shows a difference between Brenda's life and my life. To kind of back up a little bit, the whole poem is a metaphor. It's a metaphor for, autism parents. They raise a child and they think they're going to be on this wonderful journey, but oh my gosh, now there's autism, and the point of the story poem is that it's just a different journey.
Right. It's not bad. It's just a different journey.
Right. So they say. So I wrote this thing in the car, like in 10 minutes, but then you had to go in.
Because she's so talented.
No, because...
Except when it comes to, like, current outing events.
That's the thing. I'm not current. So here I am going, like...
the Delano, and I'm like, that's not cool anymore. Let's write in something else.
I had to laugh so hard when I was trying to be relevant for once, and it just did not work out. The writing is spot on, but the relevancy, 0.
Yeah.
So you'll see the Brenda-isms in there for sure. So who's starting?
So I'll start.
Okay,
I'll start. So basically, is the Disorderly Blondes. Well, you need your microphone though.
I do.
Bring on your microphone. Bring it closer.
This might make noise for a second.
So we're switching.
I'm gonna take my mic off like I'm a lounge
singer. Okay. I can't take her anywhere. Okay. So the Disorderly Blondes are often asked to describe the experience of raising a child with a disability, to try to help people who have not shared the unique experience to understand it, to imagine how it would feel. It's like this.
When you're going to have a baby, it's like planning a fabulous staycation to Miami Beach. You stock a bunch of IG accounts and make your fab plans. The Fontainebleau, the Boardwalk, Lincoln Road. Certainly not the Delano.
No.
You may learn some handy Spanglish phrases. Ay, qué cute.
Coño, it's all very exciting. After months of self-tanning and keto dieting, the day finally arrives. You pack your G-string and off you go. Less than one martini later, your Uber driver announces, "Welcome to Hialeah."
Hialeah, you say? What do you mean Hialeah? ¿Cómo? I have reservations at Prime 112. I'm supposed to be in bikini. All winter I dreamed of getting back to Winter Music Conference.
But there's been a change in the zip code. You're dropped off at Ñoque Barato, and Hialeah is where you must stay.
The important thing is he hasn't taken you to a horrible, disgusting, filthy place full of pestilence, famine, and disease.
Allegedly. It's just a louder place, so you must switch out your heels for chancletas. Irregardless, you must learn a whole new language, and you will meet a whole new group of chongas you would never have met.
It's just a more caffeinated place, con muchos abuelos. But after you've been there for a while, and you are run off the road by a Leon Medical Center van, you look around and you begin to notice that Hialeah has croquetas, and Hialeah has La Fresa Francesa. Hialeah even has Wesleyan Mall.
But everyone you know is busy eating shit in Miami. And they're all bragging about the wonderful Trina Turk tunic they purchased there, de madre. And for the rest of your life, you will say, yes, that's where I was supposed to go. That's what I had planned, not this mission to Casa de Yuca.
And the pain of that will never, ever, ever go away, because the loss of the dream of seeing Jay Raddick live is a very, very significant loss.
But if you spend your life mourning the fact that you didn't go to Miami Beach, you may never be free to enjoy the very special, the very Cuban things about Hialeah.
Supposedly.
The end.
The end.
Yay!
I love it. I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
I was cracking up reading that. Is that weird? And something our viewers,
you could say viewers and listeners,
something that our listeners who are unfamiliar with the poem may not know is we modeled it very closely just to make the joke even funnier.
Yes, I guess to understand, if you haven't read Welcome to Holland, you should, because actually you're right. Most of the stuff, all we did was fill in the blank.
That's all we did. Fill in the
like
blank.
a Mad Lib Hialeah style.
Yes,
That's what we did.
Mad Libs.
It was a Mad Lib Hialeah style.
Got it. Brent.
Why?
As if I don't know every move you've made this summer.
Maybe you don't.
Oh.
I've got secrets.
So tell me, what's up?
So for camp, okay, so we left off that the boys were going to camp, yours and ours, and ours. I'm like, what?
Yours, mine, and ours.
Yours, mine, and ours. So they spent the summer. They did such a good job at camp, and our camp is only 8 weeks long. They do arts, they do sports, they do music, dancing, they play instruments, they swim daily, they do movie Wednesdays and field trip Fridays. Like, it's like perfection. Yes, it's all organized. So the last 2 weeks we have been done with that, and it's been mommy camp, which is also a different kind of fun. Thankfully, Oliver, who's the one that gets the most antsy, does not want to be home. Started school yesterday. What day is it? I forgot what day. 2 days ago, a couple of days ago, and that's great because he's kind of letting Dylan have a little breather vacation. I think this is the first year that he understands I think he understands vacation, but I think he's really enjoying it because he knows that Monday is school. And I think he kind of gets now that there's a difference between he's always happy-go-lucky.
Mm-hmm.
I always say it. He's very obedient. He just does whatever we tell him. But I think he's actually like, oh, let me enjoy all this time doing whatever I want before Monday.
I think we all do better. You talked a lot last season about his emerging awareness of kind of like time and space.
Yes.
And I know myself, I need to know how much time I have that I can kind of relax or really relax. You know what I mean?
And he has a calendar now in his room, and I write there everything he's doing, and he kind of, I know when it's something he likes because he asks me again, he'll point to it, whatever it is, movies, and so that for me to reassure him, like, yes, we're going to the movies. And then I think we also there's something new. We put a clock in his room, and it's so dumb, right? Like you would think we had one before, but he never paid attention to it, and now he actually refers to it all the time. And I show him, even though he knows the computer has it on the lower right, he just never really cared to pay attention. And now
a digital clock or a clock?
Yes,
clock?
No, a digital.
Okay, I would say clock because I don't think Jackson can read We're gonna clock it as like a minute.
Oh, I think he actually,
or at least his generation can. He can.
I think Dylan can, but I think obviously it's just better. Just have it digitally.
Well,
that's what the computer says.
Of
it.
course.
And so I think
microwave.
in his mind he knows 5 more hours until. Not that he knows math, but
I'm with him.
Actually, he probably knows it better than me, so I take it all back.
Yeah, exactly.
So how about you?
Not a ton to report. I mean, I keep, people say, "Oh, how was your summer?" I really, truly, and honestly can say that we had a great one. We really did. The kids enjoyed camp. I enjoyed my time. I did some projects around the house, and I'm kind of silly like that. But I feel like they had a very well-rounded experience. I felt like JR's camp flew by. His camp is only 1 month.
Oh, right.
His camp at the alllll Foundation is only a month long. So he takes advantage. He's able to take advantage of city camps. We talked about that. He did surf camp and skate camp.
Oh yay! That is a first.
That's your landscaper.
That's me.
Because if he's not here making noise, he's calling to say, "When are you
gosh.
filming your podcast again?" So I can come back and make noise.
It's better than asking your landscaper to open your champagne bottle.
That was horrible. Who would do that?
No idea. This is the first time this happens.
Yes. This is con quien habla.
This is the first time this happens to me. It's always Kristi's phone. That's
It's always
off.
me.
Yes. Proof. Got it.
Conveniently, I turned off my alarm on my phone that says time to go to your trainer because I took a couple weeks off and I'm in so much pain.
We will start working out soon.
Okay, so summer flew by, and we ended up, leave it to my husband to force these experiments on me. We ended up taking a vacation, and I didn't freak out about it because I'm a huge planner, but he had it in his mind that he wanted to take a vacation this certain week because it kind of coincided with his birthday. He turned 50, and for his birthday, he wanted to do a trip with the kids. Crazy. But I honored that. I respected that. And my husband, I love him so much. He's so great. I'm not just saying that because he actually listens, but
Liar. No.
what he does is he goes on VBRO and he finds, and I'm so happy he does this because we have very specific housing needs. He finds the coolest, most amazing house for us to rent. And then after that, figures out how we're going to get there and what might possibly be around the house. Is there any civilization?
Usually there isn't.
Yeah. So
there
at
might be
first,
bears.
I was just like, it is what it is. This trip is not for me. And it's true. It's for the kids. It's for him. But
I will say, before you even say what it was, if there's ever any trip that would be the most anti-Brenda trip
we talked about
ever.
this.
Like, if there's ever anything that she could have possibly done that is the most opposite of anything me or my family or even Larry would do. I mean, he might do like a couple of those.
do it.
Yeah. For the challenge of some of the things he did, but for the most part, he'd be like, "Is this the Ritz? Where's the whenever? What is it? Whatever button?" No. The answer is no. But yay to you.
Yeah, no, we had a blast. I ended up kind of texting some friends because people were like, "Oh, you're going to the mountains. Where are you going?" You'd be like,
mountains?
Freaking LJ. This place called LJ. That's a weird word. Like it sounds, and I'm mad about it. And so then people would chime in, "Oh my gosh, LJ, it's so great. You're gonna love it." So I was like, "Oh, okay." And usually when I don't care about a trip, I just go with the flow. I don't plan anything. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, I
if
do
it's
that.
Like, you know how it is.
That's
If
a
it's
sign.
Napa, it's different. Like, you have every minute planned with options to change things. But for this, I was like, I'm here. But my husband planned us to go to Atlanta on the way, which prompted me to say, hello, there's an aquarium there, like world-renowned aquarium. So JR was...
That part I would do.
He was amazing. Over the moon. He wants to move to Atlanta now because he wants to he wants to work at the aquarium, and that's another story. But the aquarium is it's incredible. I mean, 3 whale sharks in the tank. 1 whale shark wouldn't fit in my house, and there's 3 in this tank amongst other animals.
Those are some of my favorite pictures that you took in that trip. The one that it's only their silhouette, and then they're just looking. I'm like, it looks fake. It's so pretty. It looks fake.
And they have thank goodness JR didn't overhear Tim saying, "Oh, they have a diving experience with." I would knock my own child over to do a diving experience with a whale shark. And I actually have a friend, Sue Chen. Hi, Sue, who I was my best friend in 3rd grade. Such an amazing person. She actually dives with whale sharks with Sir Richard Branson. She is his friend, and they have this work with his foundation. And anyway, so I can't tell JR that because then I'll have to get Richard Branson on the phone and,
Imagine.
So back to the trip. We had a great time in Atlanta. We ate Southern food. We Ubered around and messed around. And the kids did great on the road trip. It was fun. They read. Jackson did his homework assignments. Of course, I had to do his homework assignment also.
Nobody from school is listening.
It's a language arts thing. I mean, if he has to read a book, I have to read the book too, because it'll ask, "Oh, what's the figurative language?" And he's there like,
How's that?
No, I'm not doing that again. That was weird. Not making that noise again. So,
or that face because you are being filmed. Is this thing taping? Oh yeah, it's taping. Okay.
Is this thing on?
Is this thing on? It's taping.
What else? And it was a super great road trip. Super great road trip. The house was so cool.
It was cool.
But the problem was, and this was one of the reviews, but of course we don't really listen. It's hard to find, and we know we've been on trips to the mountains before, and it can be a little bit daunting. But it was one of those things where once it gets dark, you better have left a trail of breadcrumbs. That didn't happen because we're early birds, so we didn't end up being out late, but. Took some great side trips. We went to Rock City, which is in Lookout Mountain, Tennessee, and that's like a bucket list thing because when I was a kid, my family took us to Mammoth Cave. They took us to Lookout Mountain, Fat Man Squeeze, Lover's Leap, and I so wanted to see that through my kids' eyes. When
I was a kid, my parents took me to Bayside. True story.
And there's Tim.
My parents didn't take us anywhere because we were poor. Well, we just walked around. No.
Yeah. But what? So we laughed a lot. I mean, I had planned once we got there, and I was like, okay, we're alive now. I can start thinking about things. I said,
Did
okay,
you say we're alive?
Yes. I thought, okay, well, we can take this side trip to Chattanooga, which is an 1.5-hour drive. To see all these places. We've already been to Dollywood.
Is this where you almost fell into the river?
Oh no, that was later. Okay. That's the story for another day. But
riveting.
Love.
Just my kind of trip.
Exactly. Yeah, you would have hated this between the hiking, between the.
My God.
I did get car sick going to the house a couple of
where's
times.
Where's the spot?
Well, speaking of a river runs through it, a river ran in front of our house, and Tim actually had plans for us to do tubing one day. And since he thinks with Groupon and not Yelp, I quickly said to him, I said, okay, that's great, we'll go tubing, but let me just
With the stock photo? You go on Groupon, you get the stock photo. You go on Yelp, you get the user-friendly.
Tim was like, this looks perfectly fine.
Oh my gosh.
So I read some reviews and it said that, I can't stop. The people who worked at this, tubing excursion said life jackets were optional. And then once you got down the river, they didn't tell you that it was like a Class 2 and Class 3, which is like white water rafting, level, raging waters. Can you imagine?
Yes,
people were
that's all I could do.
People were writing in. Yeah, lost my kids for a while. Yeah, I thought we were gonna die. And so I said, Tim, I love you, but I'm not fucking doing this.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. And then we ended up putting tubes that we had in the water.
It's thundering.
It is thundering. Yeah. In our river.
Oh my God.
They would walk up the mountain, they would go down the river, and then there was I don't know if the term is fell tree, but there was a tree that had fallen a few houses down from us. So they would just go until they couldn't go anymore. They would climb out.
I think that was a a life-saving thing that happened.
Oh.
Because imagine the possibilities had that tree not been there.
We would have been
scary.
Yeah. So that was a
Like, do you even know where that river goes?
Well, that's the thing, because the people that own the house said, "Oh my gosh, don't go tubing. There's a river in front of the house." I go, "Okay, Tim, we're just gonna fucking get on the river and see where it goes. I'm not doing that."
Right.
But when you got there, you know, seeing it's bleeding, you realized it was safe and fun. We saw beavers, not in our river, but like in random places. We saw all kinds of. Oh, there were so many deer in the community. Oh, it was so cool. We were driving and there was a deer nursing 2 babies. I could have taken my arm and pet with. They probably would have bit my
She
head
would
up,
have
but
killed you.
she would have kicked me right in the face. But just that stuff for the kids, getting the fresh air and the outdoors.
See, Dylan would have been like, first of all, no Wi-Fi.
There's no way. There was Wi-Fi, but it's not like Kristi, Brenda quality Wi-Fi. Yeah,
and he would have been like, he's such a city boy. He would have been like, home.
Yeah, I don't know. And then between the stairs and
Oliver's like physical. Like,
and it's a total patasucia weekend. Like there's not a lot of shoes and
no.
super fun. And I won't even tell you about zip lining, because that's probably
the part Larry would have done the zip lining probably. I would have been great just taking the pictures and just being,
The only thing I'm
very proud you did that.
Thank you. That really was my only point about zip lining is
she did
wasn't gonna do it because I'm the one that takes the pictures, even though I'm very involved with my kids and my family. Some things, like, I don't go on roller coasters. We went to Atlanta. Right. I'm not going on the Skyway. I'm not going 900 stories in the air on a carousel to say that I did. I don't need to see, all of Atlanta. So they did that. I didn't do that. I watched. However, this ziplining place was in a very rural area, and it's 2 hours. So I'm thinking, what the fuck am I going to do sitting there waiting for them for 2 hours with no Wi-Fi? I would die. So I'm like, I would rather risk my life jumping up.
Right, welcome to Halia Part 2.
That's right. And maybe at some certain point it would actually load, because it was, I saw a lot of Wheels of Death on my phone.
Yes, like when I texted you and you had to walk uphill to enter me.
Yeah. And Haley texted us something very important. I was like, I wish this would go through, but
special announcement.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But I will say, with the zip lining, if you don't know me, I am so afraid of heights. I had to have this special thing installed on my truck where I have this automatic step down to step out of my SUV, because I'm so painfully afraid of heights. It's not even funny. And so I'm thinking, I just have no choice but to do this. And it wasn't even a height thing. It was so neat to see it in my kids' eyes. To see them just do it fearlessly
and be able for them to enjoy it
and enjoy it, and we got some great pictures, and so I'm just gonna wrap that up because we did survive. I'm here, and we loved it. We loved it. Okay, sorry, I just went on and on. Sorry.
What else is new?
Hey,
I'm kidding.
Okay, so you're gonna go back to one of your summer escapades.
Sure.
Okay.
Before I continue talking about what the kids did this summer, I think there's something really important we're forgetting to talk about. Who the hell are we? If you are just joining us on season 2, you might not be like those overachievers that actually listened to season 1 already and know who we are.
Is this like a passive aggressive jab? Because I actually wrote this script for today.
I guess, but it's also my fault for not reading it thoroughly.
Okay.
Should we have it?
Hey, you said you read it.
I did read it.
Okay,
I just thought about that.
Hey, we're the Disorderly Blondes. Yay! Hi. Okay, say something.
Yay, I'm Brenda, mom to Dylan, who is 17, and he is on the autism spectrum. And I'm also mom to Oliver, who is 10, and he has a genetic duplication, called CHRNA7. He has an MTHFR mutation, and he has apraxia of speech, and he has hypotonia. So both of my kids are special needs, but they're so cute.
And if you're confused about some of those diagnoses and acronyms, those are the types of things that we talk about and go through in our podcast. I'm Kristi, the other Rubia. My son is JR. and he's 15, and I have he has what is it? Why are we
Autism?
here? Thank you.
Wow, this is Kristi, everyone.
You know what? I'm stuck on that. Yes, that's me in a nutshell. We had just been talking about his original diagnosis, which was PDD-NOS, and if you are a person of the 21st century, that doesn't even exist
They don't
anymore.
do that anymore, right?
Yeah, it's a diagnosis that went away once they made everything under the umbrella of autism. And it stood for pervasive developmental disorder,
not otherwise
specified, meaning he didn't have quote unquote enough.
It basically means they didn't know anything.
Right. He didn't have enough qualities of autism to call it like what they call like pure autism or straight up autism or classic autism. He was he was bugging his hands.
Pure autism. Wow.
Whatever.
I swear she's not drinking.
Yeah, not yet. So it wasn't banging his head or flinging poo or I'm only saying that because we laugh about that diagnosis. It's just such a bullshit diagnosis. It didn't help us. It certainly didn't help me to get a diagnosis for my son that said, "Oh, he's not so bad," because reality strikes you and yeah. So okay, that's JR.
Anyway,
and then I have a son named Jackson who is 12. He's in 7th grade. He's a typical child who is a typical preteen, and I typically want to kill him. But he's a doll. I love him. So that's who I am. My husband's Tim, aka Timo.
And Larry's my husband, and we episode 1 is a great one to listen to. It's only about 30 minutes long, and we just talk about how we met and how we came up with the idea for the podcast, and it's a good intro, so go back and listen. So yay, welcome. Happy to have you, season 2.
But make sure after you listen to the first one, you listen to like the latest, so you can see how we've like progressed and
I hope we've progressed.
I don't mean like in our weight or anything like that. I mean like in our editing skills and that.
And yes, and we are based out of South Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be a lot of what we call Miami-isms.
Mm-hmm.
So things that are just normal here or not very normal here.
Abnormal.
So if you're like in Wisconsin, you might not get a lot of the references, but it's just a Miami thing.
Yeah.
Just when you don't get it, it's because it's probably a Miami thing.
Yeah. But pretty soon you'll be listening to us and you'll be picking up some of those terms in your vocabulary, whether it's super.
Our listeners have.
Yeah.
I love when they message us with like super.
I love it. It's awesome. Who we are. We can't escape it.
Sorry, so I needed to go on.
No, I'm really glad you did. We should. Oh, through the magic of editing, we could.
I thought about that, but putting it. But let's just leave it.
Okay, let's just leave it.
We'll leave it here late because
I'll just go to FIU.
Supposedly.
All right, we're back to you with your summer escapades.
So one of the fun things that happened this summer is
one
of the very fun things that happened. Wait for it. Dylan is doing cheerleading.
Oh, Dylan, you're so fun, you're blowing my head.
Hey, Dylan. Hey, Dylan. Yes. So a friend reached out and she said, it's a competitive team. And she said,
oh boy.
I know. Imagine me.
I'm scared for them.
Imagine.
The other moms.
I have to say, well, I have stories about that, what I'm doing, but actually what I'm not doing. But I joined, she wanted us to join then, but it was the ending of the season and it was the ending of the school year. We're not taping?
No, we are.
Oh, she just scared me.
I'm sorry, I just made a face like,
oh.
Sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
I can't. She scares me. Okay, back to me. So my friend reached out and she said, we need boys in this competitive team, but it was the end of their season, end of my school year, and I was overwhelmed and I couldn't make it to any of the practices. So now that the new season started, I like it better. We're starting off fresh. So he's been to 4 classes already. And at first, it's all gymnastics that they're trying to, that's the base of everything is the gymnastics, more than the cheer part. I won't tell you what my Cuban mom thought when I told her he was going to be a cheerleader. She didn't understand why. What do you mean? He's going to be a cheerleader. That's a whole other episode. But so I told them right from the get-go, he's very musical, he has rhythm, he can learn. What worries me is his OCD, his anxiety, any little thing can go wrong. And of course, he made me look bad. Because for the first 2 classes, not that I wanted him to act out, but I was just telling them, like, I don't know that he's going to go to competition. We're going to try. But it could be that you're a little too late going on or something happens and that just throws him off. As if you listen to season 1, any little thing you know that could happen to him. And I said we would try. So of course, practice the third time we go to rehearsal. The teacher did something unexpected. She turned on the fan in the gym. Yeah, no, there's no fan. There's no sound effect. You can just do it with your mouth. You can then. So he was doing so good, and he just exactly. He just lost his shit, and what? Don't do the fart. I knew you were gonna do that.
I was gonna say the fart button's worn out because my son's got.
By the way, we're really professional and formal around here, as you can tell.
And anyone can buy the sound effects kit from Five Below,
Yay.
unless we bought them all.
Is that the one I bought?
I don't know. I think we both have the same one.
Oh,
I didn't put my name on this one.
Okay. Anyway, back to me. So he had a fit, but here's where the story gets better. They handled it like pros.
Great.
Which to me is surprising because so many times he's been in situations where all it would have taken is the teacher to pay attention and notice that something was going on and maybe just talk to him or ask him to put his hands down or take away something that was affecting him, and that's what happened this time. So one of the teachers very calmly, which calm is not really in my vocabulary, even though I'm really trying, she came out and very calmly alerted me that Dylan was having a problem, that he was a problem, and that he wasn't very happy the fan was on, and that he had run out of water, and everything kind of snowballs. And so I went inside and I spoke to him, and he started doing all the behaviors that he usually does when he gets agitated, and but I think their attitude helped him because they remained so calm. So I went inside, I counted down, I filled his bottle. I told him the fan had to stay on. I had them hide the little cord so that he couldn't turn the fan off because he was, of course, turning it off.
Plug.
Yes, they were turning it on. He would turn it off, and it was a back and forth. I finally walked away, and they only had like 15 more minutes to go. So when it was time to dismiss all the kids came out and not Dylan. So I'm like, oh boy, where is he now? Is he like climbing the fan to turn it off? And she said, oh, she's talking to him. And my first instinct is like, yeah, okay, you're going to talk to him. Okay, that's going to work. Do you know that she came back out and she said, I walked him to the fan, I had him turn it on and off himself, and we counted down. So that way he got the closure. How many times have I talked about that in this podcast? He needs the closure. She knew to do that, and I was so thankful. And of course I started like, oh my God, you're great, I love this. Sometimes it's just, you just need this little thing. And she said, I'm an ESC teacher, which I didn't know. She should have led with that.
Right.
But anyway, I'm so happy because they have him actually going on pyramids. Okay. Last week he went on someone's shoulders. They had like 10 people as the base trying to hold him. But I'm like, who is he? And he's just like, he's really liking it. So I don't know where the story is going to end. If it's going to have a good ending. But I'm going to try. So we're going every weekend. He seems to really like it. He behaves for them. Aww. And I'm just so happy, and I had to share that.
I think it might end with you pulling another mom's hair, but...
No, so here's the new thing I'm doing.
I think I meant by the hair.
Well, listen, I'm just not talking. Really, can you believe it? I go to practice. I sit in my corner, and I try not to engage with anyone. And
is it your autism coming out?
No, I just... For listeners and viewers who don't know, I have a dance background. I have a competitive dance background where I coach. I was actually a coach. I coached for 11 years. So I feel like if I open that Pandora's box, I'm going to want to I want to take it over, design the costumes, do the mix.
It's not like PTO. The first year in school, you PTO, don't say a word.
I know, but that's never been us.
I know. Because then you're like, oh my God, now they know we can do this and do that. Yeah,
my MO is always going guns blazing. I could do this, whatever. Imagine. I'm not going to be like choreographing, which I can, and like doing all this stuff. Imagine. So I need to like stay back. And I did talk to Mom last week. That was nice. But I'm just really trying to take it all in, ask questions only when I really have a question, and just take it all in. And I'm really trying to go baby steps this time instead of coming in.
Baby Brenda steps?
Yes. Yeah. Hardcore.
Back to Tim. Wait.
Timo.
Wait, were we talking about him?
No, well, we did a little while ago.
Okay. We love him. I mentioned he turned 50. Oh, man.
You're dating an old man.
I know.
Because we're so young.
He's so cute, though. Yeah, we're so young. Right behind him. And, we celebrated at home with family and a nothing bunt cake.
Oh, I'm so hungry.
Do you know I ate so much of that cake that I had to take Pepto Bismol?
Oh.
And that's not like a knock on those cakes because, we're in the
love them.
club.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Yes.
should get them for free by now. But
We
we did. We like that. But let me see. So you and I, because it's all about us, will be celebrating Tim on Sunday.
Oh, boy.
In the 561.
We are driving up.
Should he wear his ripped jeans? His ripped
No.
man. What are those? Oh, dad jeans.
Dad jeans. No, please have him dressed appropriately.
Okay.
We're doing a nice dinner. We're probably bringing wine, even though he doesn't drink wine. For us.
I'll have a
About
Crown
us.
and Coke
I'll have a Crown and Coke.
with a splash of Coke.
Aw, maybe. No, I don't know what he's gonna do, but we're bringing wine for us.
Yeah.
For the three of us.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's for the three of us.
Tim, we love you. Let's drink wine. Yeah.
So we can stomach you. No. Yeah.
So we are having dinner. Oh boy, more stories to come. I guess we
Yes.
should probably follow our Instagram stories for that. See what happens.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of bad words. What else? So back to school. Back to cool.
Back to school.
Cool.
School is cool.
I'm trying to think. Usually this time of year or a couple weeks before, I am like stressing out. I'm trying all the kids' clothes on them.
We don't stress. We definitely don't stress.
My kids grow. This is the first year. Well, Jackson was wearing some stuff he shouldn't now. I've been wearing like basically kid-size shorts, and he's not really kid-size.
Basically, all of our hands down.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. It wouldn't have made any sense to give you Jackson stuff because maybe Dylan.
Yeah.
But yeah, not in a million
I
years.
have a dress for you. I'm gonna give it to you.
Oh, can we do it? Should we stop? And
No.
Okay. So something that was like a cool outcome to Tim throwing this monkey wrench in my summer, saying we're going to take this trip the last minute without looking at a calendar, which is common for him. He didn't realize
You
that
have nothing on your calendar, right?
Nothing.
Okay, good.
We were starting school the Monday we came back from our trip, which we could have potentially gotten back from on Sunday, which is neither here nor there, but there's the prep. There's the getting the kids' clothes ready, the dreaded school supplies that you painstakingly get for them, only to have to go back to the store like 19 times, throughout the week. But so proud of myself. I got all my school supplies all set out, all my forms set out, all set and ready to go. And thank goodness, I can't believe I'm talking about such petty things.
That makes one of us.
What? Oh, you're known to fill out a form, but you're not known to remember to bring the form on the due date.
I don't know who would not do that.
Yeah.
No one in this room would forget the forms on the first day of school.
Yeah. Good form. That was a pun. Very poor form. So just to stress my domestication level and how lame I am, I took the time when I was packing for our road trip to clean the kids' closets out. Now, mind you, a couple weeks before, I'd gotten some polos and things just to kind of supplement their wardrobe, because they really didn't grow out of much. So why am I going to go spend a fortune on stuff, JR gives his stuff to Jackson.
Jackson gives it to Dylan.
It's like a whole circle.
And Oliver gets it like 10 years later.
Right. So it was genius. I cleaned out their closets as I was packing and got all that set. But of course, I realized, I'm not even exaggerating, that Jackson had 17 pairs of shorts that he could not wear. 17. Who buys 17 pairs of shorts? Like, my friends buy 3. And then they wash them. I'm like, oh. Some had tags on them. It was such a shit show of overzealousness, over shopping and that. But I was able to give them to a church, and the kids, like, they were seeking kids' clothes. I don't even know why I'm telling the story about cleaning out closets. But
yeah, why are you?
I don't know.
Why are we here? Who are we?
I think this was all like kind of distressed that those last couple weeks, it was all very serendipitous because I cleaned the closets, I was completely ready. We got to have a blast on our trip, and and I did all my laundry, back to domestication.
I don't know what that is.
My laundry.
What is laundry?
What is that? What's this spin cycle? All of my laundry. That is why you rent a house when you go on vacation with the kids. You rent a house because all the laundry was done. So when I came home, I put all the laundry back in the drawers. They had already been cleaned up the week before.
Wait, you did laundry on vacation?
Yeah.
Again. File this under a vacation Brenda's never going to do.
Well, when you go in the river 19 times a day, sometimes with your bathing suit, sometimes
Is
not.
that the river that was like dark and you couldn't see?
You know what's funny? I was looking back at those pictures. I was like, people are going to think I'm so disgusting. But when we were pulling up to the cabin, it was raining, and it's Georgia, so it's red clay.
Yeah.
So it looked
yellow.
It looked like something out of Dante's Inferno.
That's like. Side note: I went to Bahamas it was Jamaica, and we went to some rocks, some famous climbing rocks or whatever, and I don't even know what I was doing there.
Dunn's River Falls.
No, the other one. That's the one everyone says. But anyway, the guy says, I'm like, you want me to go in? I'm not going in there. Are you crazy? And he's like, it's usually blue water. It's clear, but today it's raining. And I'm still looking for those pictures because I've gone back to the website. It's full of shit. It was always it's always been that color. And then once I got in, the girl next to me is like, people get parasites when you go home sometimes. I'm like, why are you telling me this? That's what she said. She's like, you go back and then you might have a parasite inside. I'm like, you realize I have never done this in my life and I'm never doing this again. And what an idiot. Who was that? I don't know. Anyway,
do you remember that expression where like the guy goes, oh, peace water, piss water.
Yes, pretty much. Never doing that again.
Yeah, no, we were fine.
But that's what it reminded me of when I saw it. I was like, oh, that's like that Jamaica water.
We are parasite free, and I guess the only thing I have
allegedly.
Supposedly, that's what you're supposedly.
Supposedly,
another one of our Miamisms. We had to skip the meet the teacher, and it took everything I had to pretend that is perfectly fine in my world.
Wow.
So I didn't impress my stress on my kids. Now, I hope no one from the school board is listening to this, but my sister's an assistant principal, and she kind of bootlegged Jackson's schedule for me, and she's like, you did not get this from me.
Yeah.
Burn upon me reading for your eyes only. But she also said that schedules can change, so it really didn't mean anything. But we got to look at the schedule and say, okay, well, you did get this and that and this and that. But imagine this. I sent him to school the first day of 7th grade, and he found where he was supposed to go.
Wow.
The helicopter was not necessary that day.
Yeah. Imagine that.
And JR is just like, his school takes care of him so well. You just send them. And they all
That's
love
how worried I am about
teachers.
Monday when Dylan starts. I am not worried at all. It's just, bye.
Bye.
This is your 10th year in school. We're good. At that school.
Peace out.
Peace out. All right. Well, Oliver, who hasn't figured much.
Back to
Oliver. He has a new thing I wanted to talk about. It's so cute. He's always loved elevators.
Going down.
Rather, going up, going down. And so one of the mommy camp things that we found, can you believe that there's not that many buildings around here that have an actual elevator? Yeah, I know. I'm driving literally the mall. Nowhere around here has. Well, the mall does, but it's further.
The hospital, but that's kind of gross.
I know. I thought about that, but so we found that our library has an elevator, and he's never been a library kind of kid because his focus is non-existent, and we're working on it. But anyway, so we found the library and taking him for rides in the elevator. So it's just been
So you're telling a girl who has a master's degree in information science, who was a language arts teacher, and a loud and proud lipstick librarian, that the only thing that brought you to the library was an elevator.
The elevators.
Fuck you.
No, we've tried it before. This is Oliver. Dylan did like it. Because we no longer go to the library because it's called technology. I'm sorry. I know they have technology. I'm one of those. Actually, I did ask the lady. I said, it was raining and I had the umbrella, the wet umbrella, and my keys and my purse.
You said, where's the bar?
No, that was later. And I said, is it very complicated to get him a library card? And she was like, well, so she pulls out a form. I thought she was going to say, just give me your information and I'll input it right here. And a magic card will appear. Like, I thought she was going to go into her computer,
Right.
true to form. She handed me...
Another form.
She handed me a form, which I didn't take because I looked at her and I looked down at my hands and I said, well, I go, that's not going to work, because my question was, is it difficult? Like, is it easy? How hard is it to get the library card for him today? And clearly my hands were full, so she hands me a form. Like, what fourth hand does she want me to give her? And I said, well, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to come back. Which she had nothing. She was just sitting there. She should have been like, it had like a bunch of like address, name, whatever. She was like, okay. And she decided back down. I'm like, great initiative. And here I am like asking, like, I want to get him a card, but I had no hands. Anyway,
I'm going to have to go back into my circulation desk etiquette book. I'll get back to you.
She wasn't very friendly. And anyway, Oliver was running away, and he didn't care, but we did the elevator, back to the elevator. So then I had to hide because we were going up and down like 4 times, and some people were starting to notice. Well, the first time he was running into the adult area, shrieking with happiness, like, and you know how great that went. So the second day when I took him back, see, this is my plan. Every time we go, we stay a little longer. And now he knows where the puzzle is, where the book is, the cat. Mm-hmm. So little by little, I'm showing him, and he's tolerating it 5 minutes longer each time. Mm-hmm. So I finally figured out that in order to not be detected that I'm doing this, we just go up and down and never come out of the elevator. And we switch sides. So that if someone looks, they don't see the same person pressing the button 1 and then 2. And then 1. Oh, because it only has 2 floors. So 1 and 2. I know it's super lame.
Is the pool on the 3rd floor?
Did
someone say that to him?
No. And not even the bar. So anyway, that's Mommy Cam. So we've been going up and down the local library elevator. And
I'm going to say something. We are that poor by the end of the summer. We can barely afford a movie by the end of the summer once we pay for our summer camp.
We did go to Barnes & Noble as well. And we got caught in a rainstorm there. So that was
Is that like an Amazon brick and mortar?
Yes.
Okay.
It is, pretty much. And it's probably the last of its kind.
Yeah. It's
and I took Dylan to the movies, and he's been doing great with the movies. Oh my gosh. How does he do that? He just sits and he doesn't stim, he doesn't script, he has a smile on his face the entire time in the movies, and it's like, it's heaven.
It's such a simple joy. When you told me you were going to the movies with him, I was tearing up because
it's such a simple joy that we've never really gotten to do often, because it was always him running out or something, and then something everyone on Instagram has gotten a kick out of this week where I posted is he has to stay till the end to watch all the credits. And I mean all the credits. Like, we are the only ones in the movie theater. But it just brings him so much happiness, and that's been so
good thing
great.
now that they have at the end of movies, they have like the post.
Sometimes they do.
Yeah, like the Key and Peele. Well, you don't know those characters. But Key and Peele are the characters that play the stuffed. Oh, the guys, like when one is stuffed like duck. The yellow one, the pink one. Yeah.
Well, so that Toy Story did, but Lion King didn't really have anything at the end.
Yeah.
They only had
Pixar thing. Yeah.
It's okay, but they had the castle at the end, which is like, it's magical. And Magic Kingdom. So anyway, that was just amazing. And then they had the summer movies that he was able to pick from, because usually they don't. Usually they're too advanced for him, and he just doesn't. I asked him, do you want to go see this? And like, no. Which is part of why I lose my enthusiasm, because I'm like, asking and he doesn't care, but these he did.
And summer movies is such a typical family thing. Like, it makes you feel like, hey, I'm one of
just
you
even
guys.
them eating the popcorn is a big deal. He never did that. That's like a very new thing for him. Maybe the last couple years that he started eating popcorn.
That's huge.
Just that sensory, the taste, the feel of that on his tongue.
And I always feel like, when you see summer movies together as a family, like, you have those inside jokes now together. You know what I mean?
We won't, but I'll be able
to
we will be able to. Like, I actually, the first day we got caught in a rainstorm, and we ran, and I thought it was so cute running to the car, and he's trying to cover, but then the next day I said, Dylan, remember yesterday when we were in the rain? And he's just like, what? Like, I was trying to
he doesn't care about his hair like you do, so maybe the memory wasn't quite as serious.
I appreciated the fact that I actually let my hair get wet so that we could run in the rainstorm, and then I brought it up, and he was like,
who is she?
And he was like, he just looked at me like, what? So we don't have the memories, but he'll remember seeing the movie. Yeah. For sure. Not me, but yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Love, 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 love the movies.
Yay, summer.
Okay, so I'm going to do what now? Besides hurry up and get my car and get JR from school.
Okay.
Do we say everything we want to say? That's a stupid question.
Wow, no.
Wow.
We could go on for
How
that.
about some announcements?
Okay, sure.
For those of you who can count, that certainly does not include us. No. This is season 2. Woohoo! And we plan to record through December and pick right back up in January. We may as well follow the school calendar since it rules our lives. Anyway.
Yes. As we mentioned, this Sunday is our first Autism Bites Supper Club Season 2 release celebrations. Sidebar. Literally, at the bar. Meet us at the bar.
That's only for VIPs.
Okay. Leave it to us to add in some fun surprises that aren't on the menu. I cannot wait.
You mean like our signature cocktail?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We've been toying with a clever name, and those of you who are attending will be the first to know.
Cannot wait. Make sure if you listen to this on time to RSVP, check out our Facebook event page for the Supper Club's updates and an allegedly fabulous social story for the kids. I'm so excited about that.
I'm so glad I let you say that line that you're excited about the social story because I had so much fun making that.
You are a natural. Like you narrated that beautifully.
I think it's from reading aloud so much because I taught high school and I didn't like to say like, oh, just go home and read like chapter 9 or whatever. I loved reading aloud to kids to just kind of get the hook.
It's beautiful. Even if you're not going to use this app for the social story,
just go listen to the social story.
Listen to her. She's a natural. She really is.
That's so sweet. Yes. Thank you so much. Hey, you have a shout out.
I do.
Woo-hoo!
So one of our disorderly brunette moms sent in a shout out. We have to come up with a clever name for our brunettes because we have a lot of them. So I don't know. I thought Brunes. Is that dorky? Like disorderly blondes, disorderly brunes? Is that, or it sounds like brooms?
I gotta work on it.
I don't know. Anyway, we're going to find a name for our amazing brunettes that are part of our disorderly tribe, but don't have Goldilocks.
No.
So her name is Jenny, and her son's name is Ronald, and she wants us to mention Dr. Lynn Schaefer, who's an ABA therapist and advocate. Mom writes, here, narrate, show your voice.
She has been so supportive of my son and others in the community in regards to their feelings, behavior, advocating in schools, taking them out out on the field.
You're fired.
No, big difference. In the field, on the field, out into the field to practice certain life skills as simple as learning to make a purchase at a store where some therapists don't even take that initiative. To that, my family and I mean so much. I will be forever grateful. Wow.
So thank you, Dr. Lynn Schaefer. You have made a big difference in their lives. Kudos.
Dr. Lynn Schaefer, we love you.
That's so nice.
I'm just going to come out and say it.
Yay, we love you, and you have made a huge difference. Thank you.
Okay. Hey guys, thanks for listening to our Back to School episode. We've prayed hard this week for our entire disorderly tribe. Please let us know the good, bad, ugly, and boozy adventures you've had while getting back into the swing of things. And send us your back to school pics of your kiddos. Something else you inserted.
I know, sorry. Editing.
No, I love that. Yeah, I love that. Send us your back to school pics of your kiddos. We would love to see them. And if your kids aren't of school age yet, you have to understand not everybody is us. Some people are new to diagnosis. Some people are at home with their kids. We get it. We've been there. Please know there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it does lead to a bar.
Yay! Thankfully. Remember, we've made the Anchor app your new one-stop shop for your podcast listening pleasure. You can still check us out directly on your favorite podcast platform if you prefer, but Anchor provides all these links in one place. Oh, and our website, whose sole purpose is to house our show notes.
Wait, it isn't?
Will never, ever, ever go away. So there's that. We think of our show notes not only as a list of resources for our listeners, but a reminder of just how damn funny we are.
Duh.
Or we can be. And we're sober. Hey!
Oh, we need to do
a what?
A boozy podcast.
You mean a drunk, like be drunk?
Yeah, drunk cast.
No. Oh, we record? No.
Okay,
maybe.
Okay, maybe.
Maybe season 7.
Yeah. Don't forget about Anchor's voice message capabilities. You can send in those dedications, topic requests, and praise. Anything short of a rave review will crush us, just so you know.
Be nice.
Be nice. Seriously, we're psyched the voice messages will be a very fun addition to the show because we have no fun around
No
here.
fun at all. That's it for today's episode. Remember to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe via our website for early bird access to our episodes, show notes, and upcoming store items. And also be on the lookout for our brand new YouTube channel. Yay!
Have a fantastic school year, everyone. Do not give your teacher apples that have
Oh no, don't do that.
worms. No, don't do that.
And if you need any help with your kids' math homework, don't call Kristi. No.
Yo menos.
Yo menos.